that's not on the system, but I'm quite keen to get the answer to this, Craig, because obviously you've worked at, let's list some of the clubs: Peterborough, obviously there now, Watford, Stevenage, Northampton, Charlton, and West Ham, and you've done first team academy. But for our first on the podcast, really to have somebody that's been a practitioner in ladies or women's football. Looking at the recent move by Chelsea in England to individualise programs around menstrual cycles, what are your thoughts on that, and how far down should that go? Because obviously the women's game is getting bigger. You're finding that academies for females are getting more and more serious from 14s, 15s, 16s, which is really encouraging. So what information could you give around menstrual cycles and that kind of thing?
I think for me, it was a while ago now when I worked in women's football, and things have developed a hell of a lot, and it's absolutely brilliant. I think things like that, I was surprised how long it has taken for people to start measuring different things that would be different in the women's game to the men's game. I think if you were working in men's first team football and you were looking at sort of wellness markers and things like that cycles throughout the month, you'd be mad not to be looking at something that is potentially going to increase somebody's risk of injury or potentially decrease their performance, whether you're looking at things like you may not be recovering as well, whether it may be a change in mood, whether it may be a change in sort of markers you're putting out in screening and testing. I think it's massive. For me, I'd be looking at it's another wellness marker, it's another data point, it's more information on a player. Again, whether your player's telling you something verbally, especially from my point of view in the men's game, that they're not quite feeling right today because of X, Y, and Z, that if you're not monitoring that in whatever gender you work with and whatever level, that if you've got access to be able to monitor that information, that you'd be mad not to. I think it's absolutely massive.